exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the Weddle Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 22 Retro Rebuild PC version. I screwed that entire intro up. Let me redo that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Atlanta Falcons Retro Rebuild here on the Madden 22 on the PC. That's more like it. Not great, but that's more like it. And I'm going to keep that first part in just so you guys can see the amount of screw-ups that I do, that I cut out most of the time. But I'm going to keep that one in. So here we are in the off season. We've got a busy episode for everybody. We can take a look at the season recap. We've got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the Super Bowl for the first time against us. It does suck, but we did make it to the Super Bowl, so I will take that. I mean, hey, we made it to the Super Bowl. We made it to the Super Bowl. We weren't ready. We certainly were not ready. I will admit that. But now we can learn from that. We can take that pain, that suffering, that anxiety that we felt during that Super Bowl, and we can use that going forward. So what we are going to do is we're going to spend some staff points first is what we're going to do. I didn't realize I had so many. So we're going to go here, and we are going to spend the staff points on all of this stuff. Might as well get it all up here. Yeah, increase the likelihood of quarterbacks coming back. Yeah, I want that. We totally need a quarterback coming here. I mean, we have Aaron Rodgers. And we're going to simulate to the next week. We got a contract extension. Dan Reeves is still the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, mainly because we had our best season so far of this series, winning 12 games and going to the Super Bowl. You're not going to fire your head coach after that. We've got mock draft 3. We will take a look at that in a second. But we have retirements. We got Keyshawn Johnson, Walter Jones, Eddie George, Joe Horn. So a lot of the old guard is finally hanging up the boots. We got Lawyer Malloy, one of my favorite players. Curtis Martin, Marshall Faulk, Michael Strahan, Larry Allen, Zach Thomas. This is a stacked retirement class. And by the way, if you're new to the series, just ignore some of the player portraits. Some of them aren't accurate. Lorenzo Neal. Who else retires? Brady Smith retires. Mario Edwards retires. Cordell Stewart. This is going to be a heavy Hall of Fame class. A lot of heavy hitters retire. Willie McGinnis is gone too. I think I signed him for a couple seasons, if I'm not mistaken. But that is a heavy retirement class. A lot of big-time names are gone from the league. A lot of Hall of Famers in that class. Let's take a look at the mock draft. So mock draft number 3 has the Eagles with the number 1 overall pick. They have them taking Chris Long. Matt Ryan's going to drop down to 4 so far to the Bucks. Great. Bring Matty Ice to the Bucks into the division. That'd just be great. So our first pick is pick 9, and they have us taking Aqib Talib. I wouldn't mind taking Deshaun Jackson, get another speed threat. Then we have pick 11. They have taken us Antoine Cason. I don't know if I like that pick. Then they have 17. They have us taking Mike Jenkins. And then all the way down here at 24, they have us taking Charles Godfrey. Don't mind that one. That's not a bad pick. And then at 31, they have us taking Trevor Laws, D-tackle. Okay. We have a lot of first-round picks if you didn't catch that drift. But this is the 2008 draft class if you were not keeping up with where we are in the timeline. And no, I don't want to go to scout college players. I want to go to negotiate. I want to see if we have anybody that we need to bring back. Do we have anybody that we need to re-sign? We have Brian Dawkins here, but I'm probably going to trade him. I don't know how much we're going to get for him, but we're probably going to trade him. Jordan Gross on this cheap of a contract, I'm going to lock him up for a while if he's going to get this cheap of a contract. I mean, this is nothing on our payroll, really. 4 years, $20 million. That's a cheap contract right there. Is there anybody else back here in the back that we need? We don't need you, so I'm going to withdraw from you. Will Allen, I don't think we need anymore. I feel like he's just a waste at this point. Maybe. Jamal Jackson I'll bring back just because he's a star development player. Will Allen I'll bring back for depth. I'll bring back him for depth. If he doesn't develop or if we move on from him later, then that's fine. Mark Simonu has had some fantastic seasons for us, but I think it's time to move on from him. He's 31 years old and he's a 63 at this point. I don't think it's right for him. Jake Plummer can move on. We need to bring the punter back just because it's the punter. So let's bring him back for 2 more seasons. Carlos Dansby wants a big contract. I don't know if we're really in a spot to pay that kind of contract, especially if I want to pay Kevin Williams. Should we pay Kevin Williams? I think we should, right? Kevin Williams is a good player. 4-year contract. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Paying Kevin Williams. TJ Duckett, I don't think we need anymore. I mean, maybe we go back and get him in free agency. I don't know. Carlos Dansby is the interesting one. We're certainly going to trade Brian Dawkins, though. He's just too old, and he's not really that great anymore. He does still have X Factor, which is a part of the reason why I kind of don't want to trade him. But he's really just a low overall at this point, 80 overall, and he's costing us a lot of money, 19 million plus whatever we would have to pay him for his new contract. So let's see, what kind of player can I get for him? Is there like a player that I'd be willing to get back in return? How old is Champ Bailey? Champ Bailey's 30 at this point. What's his contract looking like? What is Champ Bailey's contract? Are you under contract for a few seasons? He's only under contract for 1 more season. Okay, so I don't really want to do that, especially if we have to pay him after next season. So we'll move on. We'll look for another player. What about... Orlando Pace is probably old. Yeah, he's 32. I don't think we're going to find a guy that's like super good. I mean, DeMarcus Ware. We are losing Mark Simonu. So would you give me DeMarcus Ware and maybe a draft pick for Brian Dawkins? They only have 2 picks in this draft. Is this too little value? I don't know how much they value. They don't have any picks, really. I don't know how little they value Brian Dawkins. Okay, they value DeMarcus Ware pretty heavily. So what if you just give me your first 2 picks? Your only 2 picks in this draft. Okay, maybe I was thinking we could get a little bit decent value for him. I think we might not be able to get much. Randy Moss at 31. There we go. So we swapped an old corner or old safety for an old wide receiver. We bring Randy Moss to the Falcons. I forgot what team we were for a second. We bring Randy Moss to the Falcons. Hopefully he can produce for however long he's going to be around. And what was the other player that I wanted to trade or possibly trade? It was Carlos Dansby. That's right. Carlos Dansby. Do we need Carlos Dansby? I don't know if we do. I don't think we do. Let me take a look at the defense. We throw Randy Moss in there now. He's now an X-Factor wide receiver. He's got +6 morale. All right, cool. +6 morale. Calvin Johnson got X-Factor, by the way. So, since Carlos Dansby is going to be leaving us, or possibly, and we're not going to bring back Simonu, we have a big need at left outside linebacker. Is there a left outside linebacker in the draft class that I'm eyeing? Because that's another big potential thing. That's not what I want to go to. Let me just go to scout players. Why do I... No. Whatever. Prospects. There we go. Okay, so let's go to outside linebacker, either right or left, and see, is there somebody here that I'm eyeing that we could take? Not really at left outside linebacker. What about right? Keith Rivers, Phillip Wheeler. But Keith Rivers is going to go pretty high in the draft. He's going to go first round, top 5 probably. Gerard Mayo can't really play outside. And there's not really a middle linebacker that I'd push outside. What about an edge rusher that could play linebacker? No. No, not really. There's not really any players in this. The linebacker / edge class is not great. So that might make us re-sign Carlos Dansby because we do need a left outside linebacker and we don't have really any depth there. I guess we don't know what free agency is going to hold. So maybe we hold off on that. You know, I'll do that. I'll go. We'll advance to free agency week 1. And if the outside linebacker class in free agency is not very good, then we'll just put a bid in on Dansby again. But we have a decent chunk of change. We got 31 million. Let's go straight to the outside linebackers and see what we're working with. So Dansby's the highest overall edge rusher or left outside linebacker. But over on the right side, we've got Peter Boulware, we've got Marcus Washington, Sean Phillips, who's cheaper. Sean Phillips is cheaper than Dansby by a lot. Better overall, a year older, and still star development. So we just have to outbid the Dolphins for Sean Phillips. I think this could work. We just push him over to left outside linebacker. And we are not... Wow, what are the Dolphins offering this man? Are we going to have to outbid, or are we going to have to overpay for Sean Phillips? What are they offering this guy? They just give him the keys to Miami? Just the entire city? That's what it feels like. $30 million over 3 years is a hefty contract, but that finally gets us over the line. We'll see what he says about it. Corner, we've got Charles Woodson here, but he is older. I would like to get Charles Woodson, but he really doesn't have anywhere to play. He'd just be like a depth corner. I don't think we really need a depth corner at this point. Free safety we do need, but I think that Eric Decker's in this, or not Eric Decker, Eric Weddle is in this class. Nathan Vasher, Will Demps, strong safety. There's Ryan Clark, but he's older and getting bid on by the Patriots. Quarterback, we do need a backup, but I'm fine with... There's Tony Romo. We had Tony Romo for a few seasons. I'm fine with having Brady Quinn back there. Running back, there's Sean Alexander. There's TJ Duckett. He's getting an offer from the Bills. Corey Dillon. Ricky Williams. Maybe Ricky Williams, but he's old. Pierre Thomas is even getting an offer. Give me Pierre Thomas. Oh, come on. What are the Giants are offering him over $10 million probably for Pierre Thomas, a 61 overall bronze normal development running back. You got to be kidding me. I'm withdrawing that offer. The Giants are out of their freaking mind. We don't really need a wide receiver now that we've got Randy Moss on the squad. Tight end we're fine with. Left tackle we're good with. I mean, we could use a backup, I guess. But we might draft one. This guy, Levi Jones, has superstar, but we don't need a starter, so that'd just be a waste. That'd just be a waste of money. Mike Gandy. Why does literally everybody have an offer in? That's crazy. This guy, LJ Shelton, we'll just offer you a one-year deal because you don't have anybody offering you. And we need a backup. Just the same with this. We need a backup here as well. Who's the first guy that doesn't have an offer? This guy, Mike Brissel. Breesel, however you say his name. He's coming in for a year. Welcome to the squad. Hopefully you can get a Super Bowl ring while you're here. We don't need that. We don't need that. Pass rusher, Antonio Smith. I'm not liking anything there. I'm not liking any D tackles, right ends. We've got Robert Gathers, but I don't like that either. Then there's Carlos Dansby again, but we've already got Sean Phillips, so I don't think that we really need anything here. Free safety would be the only one that I'd go for again, but I don't really like any of the free safeties here. Maybe I go for Charles Woodson and kick him out to free safety if we have to. That could be an option. He's played that in the past. The Giants are really spending a ton of money on free agency, aren't they? And this isn't even that great of a free agency class, and they're just out here spending loads of money. Oh my God. I offered Charles Woodson $20 million over 2 years, and that's still not good enough to pass the Giants. There we go. We're bidding with them. If we don't get Charles Woodson, it's fine. It's not a big deal. That's crazy that the Giants are out there spending... No, cancel. That the Giants are out there spending that much money on mid free agents. Like, they're not even going for anybody crazy. They're going for old players that aren't that great anymore. That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild. So who do we get? Who do we get? We get rejected by Sean Phillips, which is the only guy that I really wanted. But we got Charles Woodson and we got the 2 backup offensive linemen. Well, that's not good. The only guy that I wanted rejected us. Choose focus players. Okay, so we're going to have to focus on... Who do I want to focus on? We need to focus on... I'm going to do Keith Rivers. I'm going to do Gerard Mayo. And I'm going to do... Who else? Who else should we focus on? Maybe Calais Campbell? Should it be Calais? That seems like the best option. I mean, Jamal Charles is going to be a good player. We know that. We already know that he's going to be good, but let's just do Calais. Let's just find out all we can on Calais Campbell. Because we do need a left end. I mean, we don't necessarily, because we play Justin Tuck and all them guys at the same time, so we don't necessarily need a left end, but it wouldn't hurt to scout him. Where's he at? Did I pass him? Oh, I went right past him. There he is. All right, I'm going to confirm those guys. 3 defensive players we're going to scout. We're probably going to make a lot of moves in trading up, too, so I wouldn't be surprised about that either. So let's skip to the next week of free agency. This defense is going to look weird, though. 5th-year option for Aaron Rodgers. Of course we're going to pick up Aaron Rodgers. We couldn't look at this guy. The assistant GM says his contract is coming up a year from now, but we really couldn't find a way to get him on the field this year. Did you watch the team? He was the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. What are we talking about here? Of course we're going to pick up his contract. What are we doing here? Yes, we're picking up the contract. No question. What are we talking about here? We weren't able to find a way to get him on the field. What are you... Oh my God, this game sucks sometimes. Thomas Davis Sr. Yeah, he factors into the plan. Yes, we're going to pick up his 5th-year option as well. Is there anybody else? Probably a lot of 5th-year options, actually, because we drafted a lot of first-round talent. Oh, just those 2. Okay. So we have $16 million in free agency in money. There's not really anybody else here. What about the left ends? Is there anybody in left end? No. And there's nobody in right end either. So everybody's good. Everybody that's good is gone. We signed 3 guys, but we knew that. So Adam Vinatieri is going to be kicking field goals in Jerry's world. We've got... This is a horrible free agency class, by the way. Where did my boy... What's his face go? What's his name? The guy that we just had on our team that we let go. I can't think of his name. Chris Gamble goes to the Bengals. That's interesting. What is your name, bro? I can't... There it is. Carlos Davis. I knew I would see it I'd know it when I saw it. He got paid $51.7 over 3 years from the Detroit Lions. You got to be kidding me, bro. That's overpaying. That is overpaying. Maybe he'll blossom. You never know. Maybe he will blossom. But we got private workouts now. 3 private workouts. Okay. Let's do Darren McFadden. Let's do Aqib Talib. And let's do Chris Johnson, CJ2K. Those are the 3 guys that we'll do private workouts with. And then we get to free agency week 4. And then it's the draft time. Hopefully there'll be lots of moves. Lots of big, fancy moves with us trading up. A lot of movement I'm expecting. Okay, mock draft number 5. The final one has still Chris Long going number 1 to the Eagles. It has us at number 9 taking Deshaun Jackson. I don't hate that. The only guy in this top 10, there's 2 guys that I would like, and it's Keith Rivers and Gerard Mayo. We don't really need Keith Rivers. Well, we do need Keith Rivers because we need an edge rusher. But maybe we could trade for one. That could be a possibility. We have pick 9 and 11, so that's good. We have a lot of picks. We can make something happen. We can certainly make something happen here. If we skip to the draft, I'm going to take a look around the league and see if there's a decent left outside linebacker that we could possibly get for some draft picks. We have a lot of equity. We have a lot of pick equity, a lot of assets that we can trade for somebody. So let's take a look around the league at left outside linebacker position, see what we got working here. What's going around the league? It seems like there's not a whole lot of talent at the left outside linebacker spot. We got A.J. Hawk who's still young on his rookie deal from the football team. Or from the Commanders, I should say. Yikes. This position is in shambles right now. There's some decent talent. There's some decent young talent like Sean Merriman, Lawrence Timmons, Paul Posluszny. Terrell Suggs is also very good, but he's very expensive. Paul Posluszny, on the other hand, could work out for us. Now, what would they be willing to give up, or what would we be willing to give up? We have a lot of second-round picks, a lot of third-round picks. I'll give you a third-round pick for Paul Posluszny. Trade offer accepted. We just got our new left outside linebacker. We don't have to worry about it. And I wanted Paul Posluszny for a while. So, I wanted when he was drafted, I wanted him. So, here we go. Start the draft. Big-time moves are about to happen, probably. Pause the draft. Let's view the draft board. So, we know Chris Long's probably going number 1. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about Chris Long because we don't really want Chris Long. We have Justin Tuck. We have all those guys. So, we don't really need him. So, let's skip pick number 1. Chris Long goes. The Green Bay Packers have pick 2. They take Leotis McKelvin. Okay. Keith Rivers goes 3 to the Cardinals. Not a big deal. Matt Ryan goes 4 to the Bucks, so he comes to the South. He's in division now. DRC goes to the Chiefs at 5. Aqib Talib goes to the Broncos. That's cool. At 6. The Dolphins take Jake Long. Look at that. Dolphins take Jake Long at 7. And the Raiders, they take Gerard Mayo. Okay. I'm not hurt by that. I did want Gerard Mayo, but it doesn't like upset me. Not the biggest deal, especially now that we have Paul Posluszny. If we didn't have Paul Posluszny, I'd be a little bit more upset. So we have pick 9. We don't necessarily need a running back, but Darren McFadden and Jonathan Stewart and CJ2K and all those guys are here. I think the running back position is very, very full of depth, I guess you could say. Because you've got Chris Johnson, you've got Ray Rice, you've got Matt Forte, Jamal Charles, all in the late first to second round. So there is a lot of depth at the running back spot. Another spot that we could use is wide receiver. But now that we have Randy Moss, it's not like the biggest need. Defense is really where we need. We don't need a outside linebacker. I don't really know what to draft here. This isn't like the greatest draft, if you think about it. We do need a free safety. I think this is the Eric Weddle draft. Is he strong safety, maybe? Is he classified as strong safety? Huh, I guess I was wrong. Eric Weddle, unless he's classified as a corner. He wouldn't be classified as a corner, would he? No. I guess I was wrong. Maybe this isn't the Eric Weddle class. Maybe he was a little bit earlier. Maybe he's already in the league. I'm not sure. He might have been last year's class. So, let's see. Do we trade back? Or do we just take best available like Darren McFadden? Because right now, our running back spot is filled by Clinton Portis and then Ahmad Bradshaw and Chris Henry. But the wide receiver spot is in good hands now because we've got Calvin Johnson, we've got Randy Moss, we've got Wes Welker, Malcolm Floyd, Marquise Colston, and Sidney Rice. So we don't really need a wide receiver. Like Deshaun Jackson would be obviously an improvement over some of those lower end guys. But he's not like a necessity. Nothing really is a necessity. I don't know. I think we trade back. I think that's the first move. I think the first move is to trade back in the draft. Because we have pick 11 too, so it's not like we're dropping out of the first round if we trade back. Is anybody willing to give me first round picks next year? That's what I'm looking for. First round picks next year. Here we go. So we get pick 27 this year, pick 29 next year, and a third next year. That's the kind of trade I'm looking for. And that might be the best trade available. Because we get 2 first round picks. Nobody else is offering me 2 first round picks. Let's do that one. Trade with the Ravens. We get 2 first round picks, 1 next year, 1 later this year. Skip. They use that pick on Deshaun Jackson, so they get their wide receiver. Donnie Avery goes, so a run of wide receivers. And now we're back up at just like that. We're back up. Vernon Golston, Darren McFadden is still here. He doesn't look the greatest, but you never know. He could develop. Glenn Dorsey's still here. Glenn Dorsey looks good. He's got all the stats you want. He's pretty average. He looks average. What about Cedric Ellis? Cedric Ellis, does he look better? Cedric Ellis looks a little bit better. I think we're going to take Cedric Ellis with this pick, with pick 11. Let's draft him. Hidden potential, 90 strength, 78 agility. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We need a D tackle anyway. So we take Cedric Ellis with pick 11. Jordy Nelson goes to the Jets. Glenn Dorsey goes to the Bears. Curtis Lofton to the Cowboys. CJ goes to the Giants. And then Antoine Cason goes to the Texans. We're up again. The next pick we have is pick 24. So at this point, I mean, Ryan Clady looks really good. Obviously, he's got all the measurables. But we don't need a left tackle. We have our offense line's basically done at this point. We don't need we have Donald Penn too. I guess we could trade Donald Penn for some assets. Maybe we do that. Let's draft Ryan Clady. This might be a bad idea, but I'm probably going to trade Donald Penn for a draft pick or something, or maybe another player. Brandon Albert goes. Brandon Flowers goes. There goes Calais Campbell, Dwayne Brown, Mike Jenkins, and Tracy Porter. Now we're up again. We have pick 24 and pick 27. I think we probably trade one of these picks, if not both of them. Because at this point in the first round, we're not really waiting on anybody else. The rest of the guys that I'd be even interested in are late, or like second to third is where we're talking now. Like Jamal Charles is second to third. And that'd be another guy that I'd be interested in. Philip Wheeler would be another guy that I'd be interested in. He's second to third. So I think we trade these picks away. Is there anybody still offering firsts? Two firsts? Is that what we're getting? It doesn't look like it. But I'll take a first next year along with some other picks next year. Like this one from the Giants is very good. That Giants one looks really good. 2 seconds and a third. No, I'd rather have a first. Nothing else looks so like you have like none of these trades look like I have to take them. There's not one just like staring at me like I have to take it. Although, ooh, okay, I was gonna say this one would be good, but it's 2027, not 2028. So we're definitely taking this Giants one. That one looks pretty good. So we trade up, or we trade back. The Giants trade up, and they use that pick to get Charles Godfrey. Good for them. Jonathan Stewart goes to the Titans. The Commanders take Eddie Royal. We're up again at 27, and we have 31. And like I said, we're probably trading this pick away as well to get more assets. And it looks like, what's the best offer we got here? Rams one is decent. The Raiders one's very good. That's similar to what we just got with the Giants. Oh, but this one's out of the park. Well, we got to remember the Packers, but I am going to take a look at the rest. Oh, it's Packers for sure. Packers are offering us a first, a second, and a third next year. That's what I was looking for from the Giants. But they gave it to us. Thank you, Green Bay. I mean, I don't know what the pick is going to be next year, the first-round pick. But, hey, it's a first-round pick. It's going to have value. And they used that pick to get Quentin Groves. Darren McFadden finally goes. He fell far. He goes to the Seahawks. Tyrell Johnson goes to the Browns. And John Carlson goes to the Vikings. So now we're up at 31. We have pick 4 in the second round. And like I said, our guys are still very, very far down this list. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to stay that down this list. Obviously, teams can move around and pick whoever they want. But I think that I'd be kicking myself if I didn't take Jamal Charles now. So let's just take Jamal Charles and get that out of the way. He's got 94 speed, 96 excel. He's going to be a stud. I'd be remiss if I didn't take Jamal Charles. Ray Rice goes to the Jaguars, first pick of the second round. Then Matt Forte goes, actually last pick of the first round. Matt Forte is the first pick of the second round. So a run of running backs. Dan Connor goes. Kenny Phillips goes. We have pick 9 in the second round as well. I forgot we had so many second round picks. I don't think there's anybody else at this point that I could use, at least in this area. This might be another trade back. What's the quarterback situation looking like? Joe Flacco's still here. Do we draft Joe Flacco to back up Aaron Rodgers? What a situation that would be. I think we use this pick to trade back. If Joe Flacco's still there at pick 9 in the second round, maybe I think about it. But I think we can still get some good stuff for this second round pick. Anybody else offering a first? Any firsts? The Dolphins and the Colts. Ooh, the Colts are a very good one. I'm going to take the Colts. If we can get a first, I'm going to take it. It's hard to pass up on a first round pick. I don't care what the value is. It's still a first round pick. Tyrell Thomas, Mike Pollock, Jerome Simpson, Felix Jones, and Rashard Mendenhall. So now we are up again at 9. We have pick 17 in the second round as well. Joe Flacco's still on the board. And our backup quarterback at the moment is Brady Quinn, which is not like the biggest, like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, Vernon Golston looks bad. I mean, he was bad in real life too, but he looks bad in this. Okay, so we need like depth, I would say. So let's go to some positions of need, like outside or edge rusher. Cliff Averill and William Hayes are both third round projections, so that's not too worrying. Another D tackle, Pat Sims. I mean, I could use all the D tackle help that I could get. Red Bryant looks average. He looks about like Cedric Ellis, I'd say. What about Pat Sims? Pat Sims looks a little bit worse than Red Bryant. Jason Jones, maybe? He looks about the same. All these D tackles look about the same. Left outside linebacker, I'm not really seeing anything I need to take. Middle linebacker, I'm not seeing anything that I need to take right now. And then Phillip Wheeler. We come back to Phillip Wheeler. And he looks decent. He's got good speed, or good enough speed, 4.7. He's got A coverage, zone coverage, C tackling. You know what? Let's take a flyer on Phillip Wheeler. We could always use some extra pass rushing on the outside there. He's a normal development player, but maybe he turns into a star development. You never know. At the value that we got him at, I'm not super upset about that. Martellus Bennett goes, Jacob Hester, Jason Jones, there goes Gosder, and now we're up again. I think we trade this pick away, and then we can decide what to do with that other pick. Let's see. The Patriots are giving me a good one. The Jets are giving me an okay one. The Dolphins are giving me a first-round pick. I can't pass that up. I tell you every time, I can't pass up a first-round pick. I don't care what projected odds it is. I cannot pass up on a first-round pick, especially this late into the second round. I didn't think I'd ever get a first-round pick offer. And now we are up again at 21. We don't pick again until pick 31. I'm just going to take Joe Flacco. I'll take Joe. He'll be my backup quarterback instead of Brady Quinn. I'm fine with that. Now we go again. We simulate. Harry Douglas goes. Chris Williams. Jeremy Zuta. Sam Baker. Derek Harvey. Man, Vernon Golston is falling fast. He's falling like a stone. We have 3 picks very soon. We're certainly not going to use all of them, if any of them, really. The Bengals are offering me a very good one. Let's remember the Bengals. The Steelers are offering almost the exact same trade. Maybe even this same trade. Let's see. Bengals are not the move. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars who are the move now. Thank you, Jacksonville, for your hard work and dedication to the craft. You're just giving me all the pick equity that I can ever want. And now we are the first pick in the third round. Man, Vernon Golston is falling like a stone. Fred Davis still here. But he's got D catching as a tight end. His blocking's okay. At least his run blocking is. He's not going to be that good. He is not going to be that good. Not worth it at all. What about wide receivers? All the good ones are gone. At least all the decent ones are gone. Although Mario Manningham's good. I have vivid memories of Mario Manningham in the Super Bowl. Although Pierre Garçon is an undrafted free agent, so maybe we take Pierre. The tight end position has Dustin Keller. Oh, Jermichael Finley. I just saw Jermichael Finley. Jermichael doesn't have the best D-catching, kind of throws me off. He's got good blocking, though. I could probably get Jermichael a little bit later. I think we trade this pick again. I could probably get Jermichael a little bit later. The Bears are offering something good. The Bengals not great, but it might be the best option. Steelers, no. No, no. Come on, you know you want to give me something real juicy. Second and a fourth, not bad. A second and a fourth, although the Bengals are offering me a second and a third next year, so that might be the best option. Let's just take the Bengals. That gives us an extra 6th round pick that we're probably going to trade anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They take Jeff Ota, Kentwan Balmer, John Greco, and now we're up again. We have a lot of picks. How many picks do I even have left? I need to check the trade center and see how many picks I even have left. So we have 2 third-round picks, a 5th, 2 6th, and a 7. So we're probably not going to use all these. So let's trade. Let's trade Donald Penn since we don't need Donald Penn anymore, right? No, we don't need Donald Penn. We don't need LJ Shelton anymore. We just signed him because. And then let's throw in some of these late round picks, like a 7 and a 6. Who wants LJ Shelton? Oh, a lot of teams actually need LJ Shelton. Okay. So what can you give me for LJ Shelton? Like Andre Johnson? Is that good value? Hello. We just got Andre Johnson for LJ Shelton. Yes, please. Okay. I did not expect that to go through like that. But now the wide receiver core is just that much better. Because not only do we add not do we add Randy Moss, but we add Andre Johnson too. So the wide receiver core is a lot better now. And I think that we trade this pick away. Let's trade this pick away for some more draft picks next year. Is anybody going to give me those picks next year? It looks like the Jets have a decent offer. I don't hate that one. Let's do the Jets. The Jets have a good offer. We'll get a 3rd round pick. Wait, what's that say? Did I say I might have too many picks? I think that's what that said. Yeah, I think that might be me having too many picks. So I might have to go in and manually trade these picks away. So let's trade these 2 thirds and the 6th. I'll trade them away. And maybe we can get a player. Let's see. There's Adrian Peterson. Could we get Adrian Peterson? I mean, we don't really need him, but I'm enticed. We got him. Okay, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. I'm going to skip ahead to the next user pick because we're going to use that pick on either Jermichael Finley or on one of those UDFAs. So let's see. This is our final pick of the draft. So is Pierre Garçon still here? He is. What about Jermichael Finley? Jermichael Finley is gone, so we will just draft. We don't actually need Pierre Garçon anymore because we just got Andre Johnson, so that'd be a waste, really. What about free safety or strong safety? Or corner, I guess. Kyle Arrington's still here. He's a UDFA. Hussein Abdullah wouldn't be bad. He had a good couple seasons. Let's take him. Let's take Hussein Abdullah with our final pick. He's normal development, but he's got some good stats. I'd say that was a pretty productive draft. We traded back. We got a lot of user picks. We got a lot of assets for next year. We got Andre Johnson. We got Adrian Peterson. I wasn't even really trying. That was not my goal, was to get those guys. But I'd say that was a pretty successful offseason. What are the overalls of these guys? So Cedric Ellis ends up being a 68. Ryan Clady's a 75. Jamal Charles is a 71. Philip Rivers is a 66. Flacco's a 66. And Abdullah's a 64. Okay. So not the greatest in terms of overall, but I'm happy with how we did it. So the highest overall player is Matt Ryan. He goes to the Bucks at 4. He's a 79. Then you got DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, 76. Josh Sitton is a 75. Gerard Mayo is a 75. CJ2K is a 75 as well. So we got tied for the third highest overall with Ryan Clady there. Aqib Talib, Deshaun Jackson. What's Deshaun's speed end up being? 95 speed, 97 excel. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But let's go to the preseason and see how this team shakes up. Let's see it. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. All right, let's take a look at this team. Adjust the lineup. Show me what we got. What are we working with here? We got Clinton Portis, Adrian Peterson, Jamal Charles, Aaron Rodgers, Flacco, and Brady Quinn. The wide receiver room looks even better than what it looked last year, and it looked pretty good last year. Then the right tackle spot, we're going to move Jordan Gross down because Ryan Clady's so high. Okay, I don't hate that, but whatever. I should have drafted Jermichael Finley because we only have 2 tight ends. The offensive line looks good. Then we go to the defensive spot. We got Paul Posluszny. Linebackers just need to develop, really. Free safety is going to have to be Hussein Abdullah. I don't really like it, but it's going to have to be that way. Although, no, I said I'd change Charles Woodson. I said I would change Charles Woodson to be a free safety since he has played that in the past. So let's change him to be free safety. Can I change his number to number 28? I was hoping he'd have like 20. What did he wear in Oakland? I forget what he wore in Oakland. So he's going to be our free safety. Then Abdullah will go in after him. Is Tremont Williams a free safety? He is. Okay, so he'll be the backup instead of Abdullah. All right, so Charles Woodson can be the free safety. The corners with Clements, Rudy Gay, Randall Gay, Darrell Revis, and Davis. Then the pass rushers with Mario Williams and Robert Mathis. I'm going to send Cedric Ellis to be above Johnny Jolly so he gets a little bit more playing time. And then special teams, we got Gostowski and Kluwe. Okay. I'm happy with it. Actually, special teams, I want... I can't have Sidney Rice kick return. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I like the offense now. I think the offense is a lot better, especially because we got Adrian Peterson and Andre Johnson. That's cool. The offensive line looks a lot better. Aaron Rodgers gets another year development. Clinton Portis is now going to be 27, or is 27. We obviously have Calvin Johnson who's going to be a stud. Randy Moss is still old. What's his X factor? It's wrecking ball? No. Randy Moss needs double me probably. And then not second wind. He needs route apprentice. And he needs grab and go, I guess. Because he can't get anything else right now. Oh, he can't even get grab and go? Or can I? I don't know. What happened? Yeah, we'll give him route apprentice and double me. What's Calvin's? Calvin's is max security? No. We don't want max security. Calvin gets double me. He gets not spin cycle. He wants deep in elite. And then grab and go, I guess. Sure. That's what we'll use for him. The X factors that I want, I don't want... We don't need 2 wide receiver ones. So we'll take away Randy Moss's. We don't need 2 wide receiver. We'll give Aaron Rodgers the X factor. Because he needs to develop. And we don't want first one free for Clinton Portis. He's not really that kind of back. So he can have... Actually, first one free might be the best since that's all he can have so far. And spin cycle... Balance beam, return man, short end elite, running back apprentice. We'll keep what he has right now. That's fine. I like this offense. The defense is coming along. Still not perfect, but it's a work in progress, just like the offense. The offense isn't perfect either. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Next episode will be week 1 against the Jaguars. Super Bowl rematch, by the way. Hopefully we can get our revenge. And then we will also have we'll go over the draft class, the 2009 draft class in that episode too. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.